Well, like I was saying, just very skeptical at the start.
Yeah. So were you skeptical of the things that I was talking about possibly getting you to do, like gratitude and like meditation and stuff like that?
Definitely, man. The gratitude and the meditation for sure. But as you know now, with my messages, meditation is my new best friend. Like meditating to me now is just next level. It's like.
And how long did it take you to get from A to B?
A
couple of days, a week?
A week. I'd say a week. I'd say 1 week doing my morning rituals and the meditation. Oh man, just like just thinking positive. Like now reading this book, like it's been 2 weeks in total, and I swear to God, like the outlook I have now and like the plans that I have for the future, like just visualizing my future is. I'm excited. Like exciting isn't even the big enough word for me to say. I'm
So you've made this decision. You said, I know that I need to change. I'm skeptical about whether this is going to work, but I'm willing to try it anyway.
100%.
So let's, what do you feel has, like, speak about this change. So for the people that are out there that don't know what you've been doing, and I don't want this to be a thing about me or what I do. I want it to be about you and how you've been able to grow, so that people aren't thinking that this is some sort of a plug, that it's really, I want them to get that. What have you been doing differently? What's your mindset been differently? What's your outlook on life? And so, just speak on where you were day one, or when you've made that decision, and then go through like a bit of a process of the last week or two in terms of what sorts of tangible, what you've been actually doing, but also what tangible things, like we were speaking the other day about how you've been, reading, which you've never done before. And you've been like, just the actions that you've been taking, how this has affected all the other parts of your life.
All right. Well, for starters, obviously I'm getting up now and to do my morning rituals. Just been writing down 3 things that I'm grateful for as soon as I wake up. Then I'll do my meditation for just the 10 to 12 minutes a day. Let's go here though, for starters, sorry. At the start, like thinking that I had to do this, allow an extra half an hour of my morning before work.
So I'm saying, hey, you've got to give up half an hour of your morning.
Exactly. So I've got to get up.
You've got to get up earlier.
Yeah, start at 6, like so to speak. Usually start at 6. So I have to get up like extra early to an extra half hour. Once you told me that, I was like, no way, how am I going to do this? Like for sure. But after the first week of getting up that extra half hour early and just doing the ritual, so to speak, my mind frame is just, it's blown me away. Like it's just, I'm at work, I'm a happier person at work.
So your life has not changed one bit. Not one bit, but
half an hour earlier.
That's the distinction, right? That you thought that you needed to change your life to be happier, but you changed yourself, and your life didn't. The happiness was there.
It's the mindset for sure. Listening to the motivational videos every morning now.
And in hindsight, and I know for myself, would you say that having not gone through this process that 6 months ago, and the listeners, they're probably going, yeah, whatever. Do you think if I had told you to do certain things, we don't have to go through them, but you just think, what a crock of shit? Is that 100%. What you think? Yeah. So 100%. Now so what was the difference to getting you to actually do it though? Because these guys might be listening going, yeah, okay, well, I get it. But like you said, okay, 1 second you're saying, I think it's a crock of shit. The next second you've made a decision to do it, but you didn't have to do it. And a lot of people say they're going to do something and don't do it. So talk to me about that. Why did you end up doing it? What did you do to get yourself out of bed each morning? What was your mindset? What did you tell yourself?
I just thought in my head, just simple, like, look, I'm not happy where I am right now. So I could see how you were, and like that was a big thing. So I was like, I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to give this whole course a chance and just see like what's the worst I've got to lose at. Like for sure, like I'm not happy where I am now, like where life's taken me. So I'm going to give this thing a shot. Like I said, I was like, all right, I'm going to actually like dedicate myself, like give 110%, just
fully commit.
So I'll commit just for a week even. Let's just see if anything happens. So I've done it for the first week, man, and I could just see like straight away, like just the difference in my attitude, just the difference in how I'm feeling, like for the day, like actually smiling again, like, you know, I mean, just talking to randoms at work. I work in the construction industry now, but there's a lot of people like on the job. So just saying hello to like random people walking past, like, how you going, mate? Like, you know what I mean? Just, you know, I put my head up higher, just maybe my chest out a bit, like, just, I just noticed that after the first week. I'm like, wow, oh my God, all right, let's just keep doing this. And then, as you know, I started reading this book now. You got me onto this book, and that's just like opened the eyes even more.
Yeah. So fast forward week 1 to week 2. So week 1 is you've given it a shot.
Yep.
You've gone against your skepticism and you've committed to doing it for a week. Week 1, at the end of week 1, you're feeling amazing.
Yep.
And if you were to give yourself a score out of 10 before you started doing these actions and habits, because it's all just about having certain habits. That's what I think is so cool, right? Anyone at any time can be anywhere. They do these habits and their life's going to change. Their feeling about their life's going to change. Their happiness is going to change. So before you started doing these habits, how would you have scored your happiness out of 10?
Oh, Jesus, a 5. Let's say a 5.
A 5. Okay. How would you have? Yeah.
Happy
and how would
home.
Yeah.
You're right.
And how would you have scored your passion and your drive?
Oh, Jesus, 3 or 2, like for sure. It was gone. It was gone.
And how would you score your energy?
Shit,
just
2.
A 2. So happiness around a 5, because you were taught to be grateful from young, which is great. But then a 2 or a 3 for passion and drive. Yeah. And so, okay. And then so fast forward to the end of week 1. Let's talk about tangible. So how was you after 7 days? Let's just talk about those 3 things. What was your happiness level out of 10?
After the first week?
Yeah, first week.
I'd say a 7.
A 7. So you went up 2. Awesome. What was your drive and your passion like? What was your drive like?
Definitely up to a 7.
Awesome. And so you went up 5 points there. And what about your drive? Like the actual, yes, I'm doing stuff, I'm going to crush it type thing.
I'd say the first week I was at a 7, like a nice 7.
A 7 across the board. So you've gone from around 2s up to 7 from 7 days.
Yep, 7 days. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
7 days, 7 points.
And so on day 7, you're reflecting back on your week. How did you feel about yourself?
That's when, after looking back at that week and what I've done and seeing, like, you know, like, oh my God, like I'm doing this and look how I'm feeling. Yep. Second week, let's go. That was like, I said I was giving 100% in week 1. Well, week 2, it's like 200%. Like, all right, let's go. Let's hit gym every day. I'll be 6 days a week. Let's start eating properly. Let's just
yeah. So
the drive jumped to a 10 for sure, because I was just very driven.
Yeah. So your drive jumped to a 10 almost like on day 8. Yeah. So it was really not even at the end of the second. What was your happiness like on day 8?
Yeah, I reckon it's all jumped to the 10.
So 7 days is 7. Day 8 you're at a 10 across the board.
Yep.
So in 8 days your whole fucking life changed.
Yeah, 100%. That's spot
on. How cool is that? And so,
very cool.
And so, I mean, it's hard to say anything after that. But now it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And now, yes, okay, you've got drive, you've got happiness, and your life, your job hasn't changed, your home hasn't changed, your income has not changed. Nothing has changed.
Nothing changed
except for your mindset. And some habits that you took on each day. So you spend half an hour a day doing some mindset routines.
Yep. Which I look forward to now.
Which you look forward to.
That was the hardest thing I've done, but now I look forward to it. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the start.
And so now it's been 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks, I think. What day is it today? Sunday.
Yep.
So it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow.
Yep.
And so besides your happiness, your drive, and your energy, let's talk about actually your future. Before you started, what was your perception of what was possible for you before you started doing these habits?
Yeah.
What was your perception?
Definitely.
What would you say to yourself in your head?
Save a little bit of coin, get a house loan, have a family, and just pay off the mortgage.
Nothing wrong with that. But how did you feel about that model?
Oh, I just thought, here we go. I've got to do this job that I don't like for the rest of my life just to put the roof over my head and my family's head. And
how many hours do you work a week?
Oh, I'll do at least, I'd say 50. Say 50. Okay. Couldn't
so
say
50 hours a week for the next, 30, 40 years you were going to do?
Yeah. Shit.
But you'd accepted that?
Accepted it. Thought I had to. Thought I had. My mindset was I thought I had to accept it.
Yeah. So 50 years, let's times that by 50 hours, times that by 40 years. Let's say you do it until you're 64.
Yep.
Sorry, so that'd be, is that right? What did I say? You're 34, 40, that'd be 74. Let's just call it 30 years, right?
Yeah, sweet.
So that's like 600,000 hours. Is that right? Or is it 6? No, it's more like 6 million hours.
Oh, Jesus. Cool, eh?
Now, it's not about, but yet you're going to work each day and you're enjoying yourself, but your work hasn't changed.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm doing the same job, and I'm happy. Yeah, I'm very happy.
So now let's fast forward. I mean, it's comical to us because we're on the other side of the fence now. Because I was like that too. But someone else, and they're going, well, but hold on a second, I'm different. People have got different situations, but it's not about your circumstances. It's all about your mindset, and that's what you're getting in that book. By the way, the book that Nathan's reading is by a guy named David Schwartz, and it's called The Magic of Thinking Big.
That's the one. That's the one right there.
I'll tell you guys. I'll tell the listeners a quick story about that in a second. But okay, right. So we're happy. We're driven. We're 10 out of 10. Yep. What's your perception now at day 13 on what's possible for you, your life, your family, your happiness, your adventure, your joy? Talk to me.
So much more now. My goals have gone from here right up here now. Like, definitely.
And what makes you think you deserve those?
Oh, just simple. I do deserve it. Everyone deserves it. I think. So simple. Of course. We all deserve greatness in our lives, I believe, or just to be happiness, I would say. Yeah. If you want it, you can definitely get it. Like, it's not as hard as you think. I think, like I said, the mindset's just there. But I've definitely got goals and visions again now. As you know, I'm going to try and launch my own online business in the next coming months, which I'm going to jump into.
Awesome. And how do you feel if things going to get rocky? Like, let's say in business, the number one thing you can rely on is that it's not going to go to plan always. And so how do you feel in terms of, even just after just 13 days, how do you feel that you'll go into that process? Do you think, like, what's your mindset going to be?
Get back on the horse. Of course, like you said, life's not like this all the time. It's not like this all the time. It's like this. Like, simply, you just ride the waves as it comes. So right now I'm at a very good place. So I'm going to take that while I can, like, for sure. But I know things always change. It's life. It's what happens. So, but now with the mindset that I believe I'm getting, and which I've got, like, thank you, Scotty, I'm going to ride them lower waves, like the bottom waves, a lot better now. So I'm prepared to fail. Like, simply, if I fail, I'm just going to try again. If I fail, try again. Try again. Simple, brother. That's it. I know.
You can't,
It's not.
So what would you say? Yeah. What would you say to some people who go, well, I don't believe that. I think that you're just on a positive high and you're flying on some voodoo waves. Like, what do you, I mean, and you're not there yet, but, like, from your perspective, right? You're not a guru yet. You're not, super successful yet, like, contrasting to maybe Ryan, who we had last week. And I'm not there yet either. I'm just on the journey, right? I'm just here to share and contrast these different mindsets for myself and for the listeners. So for you, I mean, what's your, again, like, what's your, how do you know that to be true? How can you know that?
Because it's all with my mindset, for sure. If I believe it, I can do it, like, 100%.
Yeah.
And for anyone out there who's thinking, like, you are on a positive high, whatever. Yeah, I am on a positive high right now, for sure. But if you're feeling how I felt, and, like, you're thinking that it can't be done, jump into a course, get a life coach. Like, honestly, finally just spend a little bit of money on yourself instead of on all the other bullshit that we've wasted money on. Yeah. Just give it a go, and then we'll talk. And then 100%, and apply yourself. Like, definitely commit and apply yourself, and then we can talk, because it's unbelievable. You want to change your life, do it. Like, so you can do it. Like, it's that easy. that easy, people. I swear to God. So it's all up here. Yeah, exactly. So just
awesome,
jump
man.
in.
All right. So I'm going to ask you, so that's all, number one, massive congratulations on you actually doing the work. A lot of people don't. And so, yeah, you're not going, it's not just positive thinking. What the mindset does is it allows you to take action. So you want to lose some weight, you've got to go to the gym, you've got to get up in the morning. You want to do your mindset morning routine. You want to, if it's for business, what's really cool, and this is, I think, the conversation Nathan and I had first day one, I said, it's not about, because we discussed losing weight, right? And I always say it's not about like, the six pack isn't going to change your life. What's going to change your life is the person that you become by earning that six pack. Yeah. To me, I don't that fussed about, my body that much. I do it because I want to respect my health and I want to respect my journey, which was what I teach for you guys. And the byproduct of that is you're going to have a great body. But the real thing is that it's the discipline, it's the commitment, it's the mindset, and those things can then apply to other areas of it's having a bunch of habits. And that the reason why I was asking all those questions before is if your life's going like this through these humps and lows, and you don't have a set of systems to look after your mind, to feed your mind, to keep your mind fit and healthy like you would with your body. And there's just basic science. Like that's what I guess, we've learned as well, is that when you're doing these certain habits, there's chemical reasons why you're feeling good. And you want to, if you keep doing those habits, it's not always going to be, I'm feeling perfect. It's not that. It's not that at all. So I struggle day to day, of course. Everyone does. But the difference is it only lasts a minute or a second or an hour, not a day, a month, or 18 years. And, so awesome, man. So you're absolutely killing it. You've got a mindset that's going to serve you for the rest of your life. And it only took you 7 to 8 to 13 days. So
can't wait for the rest. We've still got like 10 weeks left.
So awesome. So the next thing I was going to say was, okay, so let me go into my questions here. So Nathan, all right. So I don't know where I put them. All right. So this is what's going on now. I guess what advice, and you've already touched on this a little bit, but what advice would you give to somebody who is skeptic? Nothing's actually, not even, everyone's going to be skeptical, right? But let's say that somebody, their life isn't bad. They're actually not in a place where they really have had anything too bad, but they've also just had this feeling like what you said. There's just this something other feeling like there's something more that I'm not doing. So I guess like if you're really feeling like you're in a shit place, that's a lot of motivation to change, right? Yep. But if you're feeling like you're just in a neutral position, you're not killing it, you're not loving, you're not, on a vibe like what we're talking right now, but you're just in a neutral point. What do you think, do you think there's benefit for that person to, or like, what am I trying to say? Do you feel like this thing is like, you'd be preaching it to the rooftop saying, not us, but I mean, just general mindset. Like this is called the $1 Million Mindset. So it's my goal to teach men to appreciate how valuable their mindset is. I spoke with Ryan last week and I was telling him the story about how I spoke to this guy. He said to me that I said to him, if I gave you $1 million, would you be able to do all these things? Like you were saying, that you were really skeptical. He said, $1 million, I'd be able to do it because it would change my life. Yeah. And what I said to him was that $1 million won't change your life. Changing your mindset will change your life. But he couldn't see that. Yep. He couldn't see that. So I want to ask you a really important question. Would you trade your mindset right now? Now, this is a big question. Ryan last week, he'd spent millions of dollars. So he's in a position to say, I wouldn't trade my mindset for $1 million. But what about you? Where you're at right now, financially, $1 million would help you massively short term. Yep. And maybe but let's say go back to 2 weeks ago, though, the 2 week ago you. Yeah. That person would really, really, that would change their life, possibly. Yeah. But who you are today, I'm actually really interested to know, would you, if I was to hand you $1 million right now and go, Nathan, here's $1 million. But if I give you this $1 million, you've got to go back to who you were 2 weeks ago, and you can never do this process again.
No way. Sorry, like I know how people would how that sounds. Like honestly, even in my own head, you'd think yes, but to go back to that person I was 2 weeks ago and thinking like, yeah, this is it. No, man, I couldn't do it because I feel great. Like I said, just different outlook now.
So it's worth more. This is because that's the $1 million mindset. It's not about making millions. Yep. It's really just about valuing your mindset more than $1 million.